Algeria warns against ECOWAS military action in Niger as coup leaders vow to confront foreign troops. Algeria, an economic and military power on the continent which shares a long land border with Niger, has however warned against military solution. "We categorically refuse any military intervention," Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune said in a television interview Saturday evening, adding that such an action would be a direct threat to Algeria. He stressed there will be no solution without Algeria. "We are the first people affected." Algeria shares nearly 1,000 kilometers of border with Niger. "What is the situation today in countries that have experienced military intervention," he said, pointing to Libya and Syria. The ECOWAS bloc, chaired by regional military powerhouse and Niger's neighbor Nigeria, had given the troops that toppled President Mohamed Bazoum on July 26 a week to return him to power. ECOWAS military chief of staff have agreed on a plan for a possible intervention to respond to the crisis, the latest of several coups to hit Africa's Sahel region since 2020. "We want diplomacy to work, and we want this message clearly transmitted to them, the military, that we are giving them every opportunity to reverse what they have done," ECOWAS Commissioner Abdel Fattah al-Musa said on Friday. But he warned that all the elements that will go into any eventual intervention have been worked out, including how and when force would be deployed. But the Niger's military leaders have said they will meet force with force. In the dusty alleyways of Niamey's Bukoki neighborhood, the prospect of an armed intervention by ECOWAS is met with defiance. "We are going to fight for this revolution. We are not going to retreat faced with the enemy. We are determined," said Bukoki resident Adama Umaru. "We were waiting for this coup for a long time. When it arrived, we breathed a sigh of relief." Former colonial power France, with which Niger's new rule brokers broke military ties after taking power, said it would firmly back whatever course of action ECOWAS took after the deadline expired. Niger has played a key part in Western strategies to combat jihadist insurgencies that have plagued the Sahel since 2012, with France and the United States stationing around 1,500 and 1,000 troops in the country, respectively. Yet, anti-French sentiment in the region is on the rise, while Russian activity, often through the Wagner mercenary group, has grown. Moscow has warned against armed intervention from outside Niger. Niger, one of the poorest countries in the world, relies heavily on foreign aid that could be pulled if Bazoum is not reinstated as head of state, Paris has warned. In a column in The Washington Post on Thursday, his first lengthy statement since his detention, Bazoum said a successful push would have devastating consequences for our country, our region, and the entire world. Bazoum won an election in 2021 that ushered in Niger's first ever transfer of power from one civilian government to another. Nigeria has cut electricity supplies to its neighbor Niger, raising fears for the humanitarian situation, while Niamey has closed the vast Sahel country's borders, complicating food deliveries. Senior Nigerian politicians have urged President Bola Tinubu to reconsider the threatened military invasion. Well, What are your opinions on this? Make sure to leave them in the comments down below and don't forget to like and subscribe as I check out what other people have to say about this. As far as Africa is concerned, not military or civilian government is the problem, but our mentality, our greediness, our culture, our attitude, selfish ideology mindset towards one another led us into this. The same man in uniform will remain the same in civilian, yet the same democracy that gives hope for the European citizens are the ones that create hardship for the Africa due to bad leadership. Well, what are your opinions on this? Make sure to leave them in the comments down below and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on.